What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, you're just making bad life choices. Go on over to scoresandodds.com. Get signed up where you got access to picks from me, Meansy, STL, all the greats. Plus, you get access to a nice little prop shopping tool. And most importantly, Grant's Action Lounge. If you sign up, if you're a premium member over at RG or SAO, you get access to it. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just drop it there in the chat and get in there. We're pretty active throwing in a whole bunch of bets here. As soon as I bet them, so you get them before the line moves. It's great. It's good stuff here. I'm riding solo today. Was supposed to have someone else on. Turns out there's a scheduling conflict, so they ain't in here. But it should be an easy little day. Got some home run bets. If you guys got any questions, go ahead, throw them in the comment section. Throw them on Twitter. Throw them on the Discord. Whatever you want, and I'll go through them. Anything you want to know. It is Dinger Tuesday over on FanDuel. So if you haven't already opted in, go opt in. I'll go through my favorite bets and then my favorite bets from the games where there's really not a lot of good bets, but you want to throw it in anyways because it's Dinger Tuesday. If you don't know what Dinger Tuesday is, essentially every game that you bet $25 or more on a home run prop, on a single player to get a home run prop, then you get $5 of free bets for every single home run hit on that game. Most games that it makes sense just to throw one in, even if it's marginally negative EV. All the ones I have up on the screen here are actually positive EV, in my opinion, are ones that I would bet regardless of Dinger Tuesday. And then there's some that I'm betting just because it's Dinger Tuesday. So let's just go ahead and break right into it. First off, we have a few from the Cincinnati Chicago game. We got India plus 440 over at FanDuel. Votto plus 340 at FanDuel. Morel plus 480 at FanDuel. And Wisdom plus 320 at FanDuel. Now, the wind's blowing out here, according to Weather Edge, 51% increase in home runs. Wind's blowing out only 10 miles per hour, not a ton, but it is 80 degrees, decent humidity. So should be good for hitting home runs. So I have bet quite a few in this game here, and I'm stalling until I can find it on Plate IQ. There it is. So we got Castillo. Castillo's a solid overall pitcher, decent ground ball pitcher, but Morel, I like the odds on him sitting at plus 480. I think that he's a better hitter than he's shown. He's got some pop, so I'm rolling with him, but I really like Wisdom. Extreme fly ball hitter going up against a ground ball pitcher that doesn't strike out a ton of guys. Wisdom has a lot of power. Again, huge fly ball tendencies. So decent chance that he hits one out of the yard. And then on the other side, India, if he ends up playing, he has some power. He has some pop. He's a pretty solid overall hitter. Should be leading off if he is playing. Going up against Thompson. Thompson, a lot of hard contact. And this year he's shown a decent fly ball tendency going up against righties. Been a better overall pitcher so far this season, but doesn't strike out a ton of righties. Ball should be put in play with the good wind conditions, decent fly ball numbers. India can easily take it yard. And then Votto hasn't been great so far this season, but going back to the beginning of last season, numbers versus righties, incredible 309 ISO, gets the ball up in the air, gets a lot of hard contact. Votto, good hitter in this wind. It should be a fairly easy way or fairly easy for him to hit the ball at the ballpark. Few in the Baltimore game here. We got Cal Raleigh plus 410 to hit home run FanDuel. Julio Rodriguez plus 460 to hit home run FanDuel. And Adley Rutzman to hit home run plus 590. It's probably my favorite of the bunch there. Him and Rodriguez are two of my favorite home run bets today. So Rutzman, we'll start off with him. Numbers haven't been great versus lefties, but he's due for some positive regression. He's been very solid recently, last 10 games. I think he has 3 bombs, 7 doubles. Been very good during that span, hitting the ball hard. 76% hard contact rate versus lefties. Not a huge sample size. But the main thing is Ray, while a very good pitcher, again, he won the Cy Young last year, he is an extreme fly ball and extreme hard contact pitcher. Plus, he has pretty heavy splits. So going up against a righty, although Atley is a switch hitter, 590 is just ridiculous odds. Hit one last night. We called that one. We made some money off of that one. Oh, we made some decent money yesterday. Probably should go through the summary. Won 16 units yesterday, almost 100% ROI for the month. We're up 8.8K. That's 88 units based on the $100 units I've been betting, because FanDuel won't let me bet much more. 18% ROI, which is absolutely just ridiculous. Close to 100% ROI over the last little over a week. We bet 10,000, so 70% ROI over the last 8 days. Just absolutely destroying the world. Yeah, Cal Raleigh and Rodriguez over on the other side here. Cal Raleigh may not be great. I think he's below the Mendoza line, but he is a guy much like Mike Zunino who gets a ton of hard contact, ton of fly balls, 46% hard contact or 46% fly ball, 40% hard contact going to this season. It's even higher for both of them. Going up against Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer is not a very good pitcher. While he has limited hard contact, it's not a big enough sample size this season. So we go back to the beginning of last season. 243 ISO versus lefties, 49% fly ball rate, 42% hard contact rate. Not much better going up against righties. So both Rodriguez, who's certified stud already, and Raleigh, both fantastic plays. Love both of them to hit a home run. And I already mentioned Rutzman. Josh Donaldson to hit a home run. I bet this many times, and it continues not to pay off. But the odds keep being good on it, so I'm going to keep rolling on it. Going up against Montas. Montas gives up a lot of hard contact, decent fly ball numbers. He's playing in a much better stadium, Oakland, the Coliseum, whatever it's called now, the Coliseum, something Coliseum. Tends to shelter pitchers from home runs. This is not going to be the case over in New York. Donaldson has some pretty solid power numbers, decent fly ball numbers, good hard contact numbers. Going up against Montas, who gives up a lot of hard contact to righties. Again, Donaldson put it in the air. So getting this at plus 480 is solid. Really like this line. I've been hitting it a lot recently. It has not been hitting outside of one day, which is more than enough to pay off the rest of them. But we got Taylor Ward at plus 490 to hit a home run. Cueto's a fraud. Cueto's not very good. Cueto is giving up large amounts of hard contact, large amounts of fly balls this season, 37% and 42% respectively. Going up against righties, I would bet Ohtani or Trout, but numbers just too low for me, so I'm going Ward. Solid 45% hard contact rate, solid 40% fly ball rate, 237 ISO versus righties this year. He's been good. He's regressed a little bit recently. He started off the year just smoking hot and has regressed a little bit, but matchup versus Cueto getting almost plus 500 odds. It's a no-brainer for me. Christian Walker, plus 480 to hit a home run. Nice little spot here going up against Manea with the platoon split. Let me find it real quick here. But he's basically just been solid, 20 home runs on the year so far. Extreme fly ball hitter. Manea's numbers versus righties. Lots of fly balls, lots of hard contact. So Christian Walker with his 315 ISO, 52% fly ball rate, 47% hard contact rate. Getting these odds at plus 480 is silly to me. Moving on to the next one, we got St. Louis at Miami. Arenado versus Garrett. It's Arenado versus lefty, and we're getting almost 400 odds, plus 380. It's a silly number to me. I don't understand it. I'm rolling with it. I like it. Arenado's hitting a bomb. Last up, Vlad over at Barstool. That's not the right number. It's plus 420, I think. I don't know. I might have written down this number wrong. Let me check real quick. Luckily, we've got this nice little prop shopping tool. So I did also bet it over at FanDuel. That could be why my number's a little bit off. I just threw it in there. Drastically worse odds. Looks like the best number now is over at Caesars plus 400, but it might actually be better over at Barstool. I'm not sure. Barstool, Bet Rivers, whichever's in your state. Vlad's good. Vlad's very good at baseball. Waka's due for some huge negative regression. Looking at the underlying numbers here, his actual numbers are great, but his underlying numbers, his xFIP's a full 2 runs higher than his xFIP. His xFIP is 2 runs higher than his ERA. Dude is due for some huge negative regression. He's going to struggle, but Vlad's just good. This is too high of a number for Vlad against a very good pitcher, and Waka's not a very good pitcher. Yeah, that's it. Let's just going to bring up FanDuel here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Got EJ with some questions in chat. I haven't looked at any pitcher props. Kershaw over 4.5. I don't know what the odds are. Freeland, I just check out the bat. I have no input on that at all. So go check out the bat. Let's check out the Pirates here to hit a home run. I think my favorite one on this one, even going lefty-lefty, is going to be Vogelbach. Wait to see if he's in the lineup. Corbin has struggled versus lefties so far this season. Vogelbach, big old boy. He can hit one out of the ballpark. Atlanta, my favorite one is Matt Olson. Where did Matt Olson go? Plus 385. Wheeler's good. Don't love it. It's marginal plus EV, so I would still hit it, especially considering the number Tuesday. Donaldson, I already said the New York one. Vlad over on FanDuel is just drastically a bit lower. Plus 360, you can play to plus 400. But if you need one for this one, it's probably the best you're going to get. You're not getting the same odds, but when you consider the fact that there's going to be multiple home runs, the free bets make it worth it to throw a $25 bet in on that. There's another game where FanDuel doesn't have great odds. I go Jose Altuve at plus 420 to hit a home run if you need one from this game, if you want to put one in for the promo. If not, that's entirely fine. Valdez does not give up home runs, so I don't expect a ton of home runs in this spot here. Tampa Bay going up against Milwaukee. My favorite one of this is Adames plus 210 if you need that for the promo. Twins, Guardians, I'm going Gary Sanchez plus 400. I'm assuming when it comes out, they're playing the first game of the doubleheader. I already put Sanchez in there. So we don't currently have home run lines, but my guess is Sanchez is going to come in around plus 400. Miami, St. Louis, already talked about it. It's Arenado. Cincinnati versus the Cubs, I already talked about. We have India, we have Votto, we have Wisdom, we have Morel. You can go with any of those. Rangers versus Kansas City, probably Seager at plus 400 or Calhoun at plus 440. Both of them have the platoon split going up against Heasley, who's not a good pitcher in any way. Dodgers, Rockies, I don't know. You can go with anyone. There's going to be some home runs here. Probably Freeman at 370. I know Freeman going up against Freeland, lefty. It's not great, but still fine with me. I already talked about the White Sox going up against the Angels. I'm rolling with Taylor Ward. Does FanDuel do, Jeremy in chat, does FanDuel do this every Tuesday? Yep. I got $235 in free bets last week. I got like $198 the week before because I go with every single game. It's absolutely fantastic promo. I talked about I use free bets, which is all on futures yesterday. Yeah, it's great. Also, DraftKings has a parlay promo that I'm trying to max out, but they're limiting me a whole bunch. But it's neither here nor there. We got Detroit going up against San Francisco. If you want one in this, Skubal is still a guy that gives a lot of hard contact, a lot of fly balls, a lot of barrels. Definitely less than last season. I'm not going with any players from the Tigers. If you want to do one in this one, it's rough at plus 610. Realistically, though, if you skip this one, I don't expect there to be many home runs. But I still did it because I still think it's positive EV. It's just much less positive EV than the rest. And then I already talked about Baltimore at Seattle. Kramer, not good. Ray gives up lots of hard contact, lots of fly balls. So Atlee Rushman, Julio Rodriguez, and Cal Raleigh, all great plays in this game. That should pretty much do it. Does not look like we have any questions here. Doesn't look like there's anything in this that we missed. Again, go get signed up. I'm throwing out the Turd Bombs videos. That are my 3 favorite home run bets, and we have 100% ROI so far. Just absolutely crushing. Go follow on Scores and Odds YouTube. Go follow the Twitter. I mean, it helps us out. Makes me feel better. Makes myself worth more, at least to the company. But yeah, that should pretty much do it. Naked HT here. Always in the chat. So annoying. But yeah, any questions, go ahead and at me on Twitter. Throw it in the Action Lounge. I'll get to them as soon as I can. But yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. We'll be here 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. There's early games, and I go golfing Wednesday afternoons because of the early games. So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here. See ya!